What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one, back with the morning video. Chilling at home. I know that you guys love, the morning videos. And, I know Mark is going to the little red brick house. Well, I got the bricks. I got my red bricks right behind me on my own porch, man. And I just wanted to touch base with you guys because, as I said, I'm going to do more content. We're going to do more in 2023, re-energized after the draft. And, obviously it's the off season, so there's a lot of things to talk about. We could talk about the draft picks. We could dive deeper into that. We could talk about the roster. And this idea really came into my head. I've been tweeting about it, a couple of times, really. And ultimately, it's setting up for this. And we're going to talk about Zeke Elliott and why the Dallas Cowboys should bring Zeke back, man. But before you do anything else, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. All right, let's go, man. I got 3 reasons why the Dallas Cowboys should bring Zeke Elliott back. Number 1, man, and it's kind of a slash there, but it's leadership / love. The guys in this locker room, especially the key guys, they know what Zeke Elliott means to the franchise, including the guys upstairs, the guys that are making the decisions. Everybody knows what Zeke means to that franchise, and I think that Jerry said something along the lines last year that this team goes as Zeke goes. That means Zeke is a tone setter. Now, I know that his numbers don't speak the same as they did earlier in his career, and that's how it should go with the running back. They're going to decline, but as you can find different roles for them, if a running back can evolve, they can stay around for quite some time. And the leadership love aspect of it is Zeke's voice in that locker room carries weight, and the guys love him, and he loves them back, and that's great for team synergy. So bring him back for that aspect. The fact that he's a Cowboy legend, he bleeds blue and silver. Bring him back for that reason, because it's going to be huge from a championship aspect. Number two, you can carve out a role for Zeke Elliott. The things that he does well, the team has not put out a legitimate solution for. And that's the short yardage and being able to score touchdowns. Also, the blocking aspect as well. When you bring Zeke back this time, bring him back to do the dirty things. And I think the biggest thing about fans is that the fans knew that he wasn't worth $16 million. But if you're bringing Zeke back for a veteran-friendly deal, I think that it makes a lot of sense for him to come in, do the dirty work that you guys love, because it's winning football things. Blocking, short yardage, you know what I'm saying? Those type of things that Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn and those guys can't do. I know that they brought in the undrafted free agent, and I know that you guys are going to say this, so this is why I brought this up. Hunter Lepke, I know that people are going to be like, well, he could be and do what Zeke is doing. You don't know that. Zeke is the top at what he does at those things. You can't guarantee that an undrafted free agent is going to come in and be able to do those things. You already know that Zeke can do those things, and he does it at a high level. He scored 12 touchdowns last year. So that's 12 times he got in the end zone that we used points, that we got points. That was part of our high-scoring offense, having Zeke Elliott being able to close things down in the red zone. So that is a huge reason to bring Zeke back. And number 3, man, is familiarity. With the organization. You bring somebody in that is helpful to the team synergy. We talked about that. I talked about that on the video about the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. You want to be able to have people come in and they don't mess with the team synergy. Mike McCarthy always talks about playing complementary football, right? He always talks about complementary football. Well, what's more complementary than having a leader that was already a leader here, that has a role carved out for him, knows his role, and helps you win football games? All 3 of those things come together, and they're a huge reason why we should bring Zeke Elliott back. Now, just imagine this, man. If Zeke Elliott is able to rebrand himself, you give him his 15 back, and he's able to just do what he does, man. We talked about this. I've talked about this. When Jerome Bettis was able to rebrand himself when having Willie Parker take over that role, Pittsburgh, they looked out. They looked out for him, and nobody on that Pittsburgh or the Steelers said that he was washed. Nobody said things like that. They understood that Jerome Bettis carved out a role for himself later on, and that led to a Super Bowl for them. And I do believe that if Zeke Elliott is able to carve out a role for himself, if they're able to carve out a role that he's already familiar doing, and he's able to do that at a high level, I do believe though that is a step in the right direction. See, part of the issue was Pollard became the hot guy. Pollard became the best running back on our team. Pollard became our biggest playmaker, so we had to get him the ball. See, now, if Zeke has carved out a role, he takes a veteran-friendly deal. Now you get Tony involved without question, and then when Zeke can fill in, Zeke fills in, and if Zeke gets hot, you give Zeke the ball, and you continue to give Zeke the ball with a sprinkle of Deuce Vaughn here and there. I think that that's an excellent three-headed monster. You got Zeke. I mean, look, Tony Pollard. I got to lead with Tony Pollard. Then you got Zeke to do all of the dirty work, and then you got Deuce Vaughn to sprinkle in there. When's the last time we had a little mouse around? Man, look, teams that have those little mouses, little mice that they could throw in and sprinkle here and there, and get them in open space. Man, those are dangerous teams. So I think that all three of those guys will complementary. They will complement each other. And I'm not even leaving out Hunter Lepke because I do believe that he has a role. He could be an H-back or, you know what I'm saying, line up and do the Kyle Juszczyk role every now and then play special teams. And then you drafted a tight end and Schoonmaker who could line up. Man, there's so many different combination of things that you can do with this roster. But like I'm saying, man, if you're able to add Zeke Elliott back to this equation, that answers a lot of questions. And yeah, I know that people are out there like, well, what about Ronald Jones? And then I'll say this. I mean, Ronald Jones is not better than Zeke right now. I'll say that, and and that's something that I'll stand on right now, and I think everybody else knows that too. I think the organization knows that. Ronald Jones was an insurance piece, but if you're bringing Zeke back, see you later, Ronald Jones. Maybe he's able to get some tape. Maybe he's able to, help his case to get on another roster, but Zeke Elliott is the guy. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for listening to this video, for my morning video. Let's bring Zeke back. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.